Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Leslye with What Leslye Loves, and today I have a little bit of an unboxing video with you. Now, before you come at me, let's just address the elephant in the room. Yes, I gave myself a haircut. I thought I looked like Lord Farquaad for a little bit, not gonna lie. Totally had a freak out moment because she went a little shorter than I wanted. Just embracing this and hoping that it forces me to actually do my hair. So in today's video, you kind of have a sneak peek back there. Someone's not paying attention. I was a little naughty on Black Friday because these were Black Friday weekend purchases. And I knew that I was going to be naughty and I planned as such, but nonetheless, I didn't need both. So let me just jump in. All right, I'm taking the more corporate vibe here, so sorry, I'm an older working mom. I like this vibe. Let me know if you like it or if you hate it. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I like it because I can showcase things in front of me, and I will show some mod shots, but today's video obviously is going to be about these two beauties. DeMellier London is a very well-known company at this point and has been very much thriving in the world of the interwebs. Again, this is one of those brands, unless you've been living under a rock or really aren't plugged into the handbag community like that and you're new to it, welcome to the dark side. But if you know, you know. These were two silhouettes that I always contemplated but never really jumped in, and so I did take the opportunity with a Black Friday sale to say, you know what, I'm going to try one of them. And so I've given myself permission to keep one of these. I'm not going to keep them both. So in the comments below, get through this video please, but in the comments below, please do let me know which one you would keep of the two. So let me jump right in. Obviously this is the DeMellier London New York Midi tote, and this is the DeMellier London Vancouver. Can you tell there's a theme on what color? I don't think I even need to do a video on what was the handbag color of 2024 for Leslye, because it was definitely the caramel, camel, cognac tones, coming from a previous black handbag lover. But I also have my husband to thank, because he was kind of noticing last year, he's like, you have a lot of black bags. And he was like, wouldn't you want a little bit of a contrast against your outfit? He really likes the cognac tones. Like every time I kind of would bring him in, reel him in for an opinion, he always kind of would gravitate towards the cognac one. So clearly I'm looking that way because all the ones that I'm going to compare these to, they're all cognac. Someone has a problem. But all that said, I thought this was going to be the perfect opportunity, and these were two silhouettes I couldn't choose between. I couldn't choose. I think the color was the one obvious thing for me, just because since I do have more black handbags, I don't currently, I'm gonna be honest, but that's another video for another day. I really thought, you know what? I can't choose color and I can't choose style, so let me go with the safe route, and maybe that kind of bit me in the butt here. I guess one thing to preface before I kind of move on in this particular video, where I will showcase the both of these, I do plan to have individual videos for each of these, simply. So if you're curious about a more in-depth look inside what fits inside these bags, I'm going to try and upload those videos at the same time. I hope I do it. Anyhow, I couldn't choose between these, and I really felt like I was missing a more mid-size cognac bag. I found that this color works really well for me, but I didn't have something mid-size where for the days that I want to carry a little bit more and I just want a bag to throw in, but not necessarily a tote, because we know Leslye is not a tote person. If you haven't watched my To All the Totes I've Loved Before, I'll link that video below, but that's not me, and I think I've more than learned my lesson. So I thought this would really fill a void in my collection. Now, my initial reaction when I first opened this particular one was I wasn't blown away, but as soon as I packed her up and I had to lift her off and, you know, shift my room around a little bit, I really like the weight distribution of this bag. It feels really good. Now I haven't even tried, this is the Midi, so it comes with, I still have some of my stuff in here. It comes with a crossbody strap, which I haven't even opened. So I do need to, I will kind of quickly do that and try that on. And that was mainly why I got this, because I wanted the crook of the arm carry or just on the side, but I wanted the option of crossbody wear just because that's my preferred method of carrying my bags. So that's why I picked this one. And the rationale for this one, probably there's really none. I don't have any excuse, because as you'll see here, I have plenty of bags in this size. So I didn't need this. Part of the problem was I kind of actually wanted to try this in the black with the contrast stitching. May is probably gonna fall out of her chair right now if she's watching this, because I was like I hate contrast stitching person. If you're looking at my shelves, there's 3 there and then 2 more here. So it was the year of the tan bags and contrast stitching. I stand corrected. See, I can recognize my faults. Anyhow, there was no reasoning, but I did want to try this in the black. The black sold out. They were selling out of a lot of bags. Like the suede one of this version was out. But the interesting thing is that they had 20% off site-wide, and it was even on pre-orders. So that was the most generous discount I personally have observed from the brand. So that's why I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take the plunge. I hate dealing with returns, I really, really do. And as I've packed these up, I'm slowly convincing myself that I need both, but I don't. So, but the rationale behind this was, I could just really tell that this cognac color was the cognac color that I was seeking out. So let me kind of compare these to some other bags so you get a good sense of what the size is like on both of these. Okay, so the first 2 I wanted to compare because I really feel like these 2 have very similar capacity. It doesn't look like it, but it's pretty much spot on as to what each will carry, is the Speedy B25 and the DeMellier London New York Midi. And I'm just gonna refer to it as a New York Midi. They have about the same capacity. Everything that I fit in here definitely fits in here. And the way you can add items on, this you're just gonna shove it along the top. Same with this. Where I give this one the edge and why I got this was, obviously this has a zip top closure, and I do have the bandolier version, so I can carry this crossbody. I prefer to carry this shoulder carry, but this closure can be a little, let me set this down, a little annoying to get in and out of. Like, you're gonna rub your hand against that zipper, not the biggest deal. I mean, maybe in the winter when your hands are dry, but you don't have as much accessibility into the bag. Do you see? It's just, that's probably why I'm currently in a funk with this bag. I'm super busy. I have kids in sports and IEP meetings to go to, and then in between work, and I'm lazy. I do switch out my bags pretty well just because that's the highlight. I'm kind of like Liz from Nothing But Bags. The highlight of my outfit is the bag, and the clothes are just the accessory. This is the star of the show for me always. So, but the reality is with my lifestyle, I don't always have the time to switch out of my bags. So I want items that ebb and flow with what I'm wearing pretty nicely. So this is in a different dark chocolate tone. It pairs well with my blacks, but the opening, I tend to leave this open, is a little annoying if I'm honest. All right, I had to set that one down. However, I really love the opening to this. It fits everything in the kitchen sink in a pretty small silhouette, and I can still buckle this in so that for security reasons, all my items are nicely nipped and tucked, and I'm not stressing out about that. So I really, really appreciate that detail. And as you can see, it's the perfect cognac shade. It really, really is. I think that's what I love about it the most. Now, the one knock that I'll give this, and what I initially saw right away, is it just looked a little bulbous to me, because that's a side profile, and that's totally judging because I'm a little bulbous, but I like to be careful about what bags I bring into my collection because I want them to not only fit with my wardrobe, but with my body style. I'm on the curvy side, and so I don't want things to accentuate things in a bad way, but I really feel like stylistically, this bag does fit me really, really well. Now, I'll be honest, it took me a little bit to get to that, but kind of what initially ruined it for me is that my husband said that this looks like Baby Yoda's head. And now I can't unsee it. But afterwards, when I was like, fine, I'm gonna just return these, and he was like, no, I wasn't saying that as a negative. He's like, that's what it reminds me of. He just sees things as he sees them. He's super artistic. So I was like, okay, thank you for the clarification, which we both love Baby Yoda, by the way. I really do feel like these were two bags that I really purchased out of curiosity. I'm doing it for the people. So, but this is how she looks, and I really think I love how this looks, and I love the capacity. I have a few items in the Vancouver right now, just being a little lazy, and I haven't taken it all out, but it's super comfortable to carry on the side here. It's a very effortless, chic bag, and I think that's what really drew me to it. But this, I was like, the leather feels robust. I think it looks great. Anyhow, let me move on. All right, so another quick comparison is with the Pollen seam. This is in the camel shade, and this is the larger version. There is another comparison with this bag in the midi size New York with the mini seam, but this is a large. And I felt like I knew that these two colors would be completely different, and I am correct. And I also felt like I have my larger tote covered, and when I need a tote, my seams have kind of become the go-to. I don't need totes very often. So I did also try the cognac color from Pollen, but that shade leaned a little too cool tone and didn't work against my skin, where this is just that perfect cognac shade. Another bag I wanted to compare it to is my Pollen numero 8. Very different bags, but stylistically, but they hold a similar amount. However, this takes the edge because since you have that nice flat width, it's not flat, but since you have that better width, you're gonna fit things like the iPad mini, things like that that you would need that sort of capacity for, where this wouldn't do. However, they both carry about the same amount. Okay, so let me preface this part by saying I have not shown this bag in any other video, and to my OG watchers and viewers, some of you are going to be a little surprised. I have a lot of explaining to do, and I'll do it in that video. But another bag I wanted to compare this to is, so again, New York Midi, the Empire 35, Coach Empire 35, because you can't really see the brand there. I find that this size works really well for me for work. I'm so glad to have found a size that works, which was why it made this purchase a lot easier. The Vancouver, again, was the add-on out of curiosity, but this size works really, really well for me as a work bag. It fits my laptop, it fits a folder, it fits everything I need. A laptop is not gonna fit in here, it'll totally jut out. However, on the days that I can get away with doing a listing presentation using my iPad, or I really don't need all of that stuff, this can sit at home and be my professional work bag, and this can serve the purpose of still looking professional and put together and chic, but not needing to carry this. So while these are not the same color, they kind of serve the same purpose for me, but now I have a black and a brown. So in conclusion, for the New York Midi portion of this video, these were the 4 bags that I felt like it didn't quite compete with, and it kind of showcased where my holes were in my collection. It really was showcasing, for me at least, that I needed a medium-sized bag that I could kind of very quickly throw things in that I needed to throw in, and that it would work really well for me to carry both professionally and when I'm out and about with my kiddos, particularly my toddler. So in review, I had the Pollen Numero 8, the seam in the regular size, the Coach Empire 35, and the one that I think it's most similar to is the Speedy in terms of capacity. And let me just show you in the frame the beautiful New York Midi. Okay, so now for the Vancouver. I really did not need this one, as I shared earlier, but I really knew that the colorway was probably spot on to what I was looking for. So I'm not gonna mess with oh, it's actually exactly where I would wear it crossbody, but oh, you guys, this is what happens, especially when what Leslye Loves is editing her videos. Oh, I'm totally influencing myself. I'm terrible. So I'm actually going to wait to formulate my true opinions. Obviously, I'm sharing with you here what my first impressions are, but I'm gonna wait until I am editing and watching my own video to really decide what I'm gonna do. But this is such, oh, this one's really good. It hits really nicely, and I really love the slender profile. Now I have my Pollen Numero 10 in the camel color, and this is pretty slender. However, even though I like the capacity of this really serves a great purpose in my wardrobe and in my collection, I am rather restricted on what I can fit in here. I am restricted in this one as well, but there's just that little bit more capacity and comfort, particularly for my cell phone, that pushes it over the edge over this. I still love this. This isn't going anywhere, but let me put it back. So here you have that. I also love that you could carry this top handle. Now I'm trying to see if in practice that really works, because people will say that in a video and then it's like, okay, but in real life that doesn't work. And it's not working for me. Like, it's kind of pulling, but oh, but that's really cute, isn't it? Isn't it cute? Like, who cares if it pulls out? It's like a really cute date night bag. And then of course, there's the, oh, when people pull these, I'm like, ooh. And I'm thinking that's why the glazing is kind of thin on this, because I bet you they probably had more problems not putting too much glazing and then it gets stuck in there. So it's pretty easy to do this. I'm just talking and distracted, but this is her shoulder carry. I'm not a shoulder carry bag person, but I really like this. I might forgive the glazing issues because I bought it on sale. Because as I'm doing this, as I packed it in, as I've kind of done some comparisons just within like me filming, I'm really, really liking this bag. It's super comfortable. Let me compare it to a few others so you can kind of get a general sense for size and comparison and color. Time out. Okay, before you judge, and you have every right to do so, I do have a camel handbag problem, and I completely realize it. But rest assured, I will be doing some purging, because that's just what I do. So I think this is a great showcase. I'm borderline embarrassed, if you can tell. Anyway, I really thought that I was at a great point. However, to kind of compare some colors, because I think that's the hardest part with these brands. They take phenomenal photos, and for the most part, I was thrilled with DeMellier London and some of the other bags here. I think they have some great photos in there, but they're comparing it next to their own other brand colors, where I think this gives you a good range of these cognac tone bags, and if it's going to work for you, because I have 3 bags here that I was so on the fence on for a really long time that have now come into my collection, where I'm realizing what tone I was looking for this entire time. So we have the Paris Wang medium Madison, and this is a gorgeous, gorgeous camel color. And then we have the Kai Icon. And then we have the Dress Up Your Purse Paris 15. And then we have the Polen Numero 10. And obviously the DeMellier London Vancouver. So you can see here that this is a beautiful range of cognac colored bags. And I really feel like each of these bags kind of serve a different purpose. If I had to say which one I think is the dressiest, I think I'm gonna hands down say it's going to be the Vancouver. It just has this really effortless, chic vibe to it. But close second is probably the Paris Wang Madison, just because this bag very much reminds me of the Dior Diane bag with the opening, and then even like a Capucines from LV, but not with the price tag and worries and concerns of either of those bags. So I really feel like these two are very similar for me. This, even though I have a twilly tied on it, I feel like this bag is a lot more casual for me. And then the Dress Up Your Purse definitely is a lot more casual, and it made me realize how casual the Pochette Métis really is. And then we have the Numero 10. I think this is the most casual, even over the Icon, just because I feel like you could dress this up. However, this goes really well in my collection and in my wardrobe. But I think this is a good way to compare colors. If you have a favorite tone, put it in the comments below which of these you like the best. All right, so I think that about does it for this video. I don't want to make it super long, and again, I'm going to have, each of these bags are going to have their own dedicated video, but I really thought that that comparison might help you out if you're like me and you were kind of torn, looking at your collection, trying to figure out, okay, do I have this color? Do I have this silhouette? Do I need another one of this color silhouette? Clearly, the front runner for me in terms of my collection is the New York Midi. I just feel like this was the hole that I had in my collection personally. However, packing this up and just carrying it and comparing it to some of the other cognac bags, I realized that this was the cognac shade I've been after all this time. I absolutely love the color. So let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope that you found this helpful. Please like and subscribe. It means the world to me. Obviously, it helps my channel, but it gives me that little boost to keep doing what I'm doing. All that said, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.